are. Now GPRS is General Packet Radio Service, and we also know GPRS as a 2.5G network. 2.5G network. So what is the purpose of GPRS? The purpose of GPRS is basically to provide increased data rate on existing 2G GSM network. This means that we don't have to buy a spectrum for a new technology, but on the existing 2G we had higher data rates till 3G was deployed. And this GPRS service is basically a packet switch service on a GSM network which was previously exclusively the circuit switch network. Now the question comes that how do we achieve these higher data rates on GPRS? To achieve these higher data rates on GPRS, basically we use the coding schemes CS1, CS2, CS3 and CS4. And how do we do that? We come to this right now. Now, as we talked earlier that in case of GSM, the frequency band is divided into frequency channels of 200 kilohertz each. You have, for example, for one duplex frequency, you have a 200 kilohertz channel in the uplink, and you have a 200 kilohertz channel on the downlink. And these 200 kilohertz channels are then each divided into 8 time slots, and a mobile user is allocated in the normal circumstances for voice calls allocated one such time slot. Now what is the data that is going in that one time slot? The data that is going in one direction in one time slot, the effective data, that is 22.8 kilobits per second. And this 22.8 kilobits per second contains the user data or the information that a user is sending or that he is receiving, plus the bits that are used for the error correction, and they both of them make the effective data rate of 22.8 kilobits per second in the uplink as well as 22.8 kilobits per second in the downlink. Now how does the GPRS play with this division between user data and error correction bits to increase the user data rate? So we use the coding schemes. Now consider the case when a mobile station is near to the BTS. In this case, we know that mobile will have very good signal, channel conditions for it will be very good, and useful signal that it is receiving from the uh, base station, it will have higher power as compared to the interferences or the noise it is receiving. So the probability of bit errors in the communication is very low. So in that case, what we can do that out of that 22.8 kbps of total effective data, we can use 21.4 kbps for the user data rate or user information. This means that very small portion of the 22.8 kbps is used for the error correction. Now as the mobile station, for example, mobile station is further away from the base station in this region, in this case now the channel conditions of the mobile station will deteriorate. This means that there is a chances that there are higher bit rates because mobile station is farther away from the base station. Now we need more bits for the error correction. This means that out of 22.8 kbps, now we are only using 15.6 kbps for the user information, while the remaining bits are now used for the error correction. So this means that here we have lower data rate. And when we go to CS region where we are using coding scheme number 2, here the user data rate is further reduced to 13.4 kbps and we need more bits for the error correction. So the user data rate is reduced, but we those higher bits for the error correction basically reduce the possibility of bit errors. And then when we go to the this region, which is we are the farthest from the base station, in that case we cannot have a higher data rate because we are using more and more bits for the error correction, and out of 22.8 kbps of total effective data rate, we are only using 9.05 kbps for user data, and rest of it is being used for the error correction. Now compare this with the GSM. Like when we were in the CS4, in that case, for example, when we are here, we are actually using 24.14 as the data rate of a user, in one time slot. Compared that to the GSM, in the GSM in one time slot you could have a maximum data rate of 9.6 kbps. So here we can see that there is a more than twice improvement in the data rate when we are using coding scheme number 4 under the favorable channel conditions. Now, what is the data rates that are achievable in the GPRS? Here we are comparing the theoretical versus the actual data rates that a user gets. Now, if a user is in ideal conditions, it is very near to base station, we will use CS4 or coding scheme number 4. So its data rate is 1.4 kbps. Now if that user is assigned and 8 time slots, because a user can be assigned up to 8 time slots, in that case the theoretical data rate that a user can get, it is 171.2 kilobits per second. Now it's a theoretical figure. The actual data rate depends upon many factors like number of users in a cell that are using the GPRS service, because more the number of users, this means that the possibility that a user would often get 8 time slots would decrease, so its data rate would decrease. Simply propagation conditions in a cell, if you are in environment where there is too much signal power decrease because of buildings etc., in that case also uh, there is a possibility that you would not use CS4, you will use CS2, CS1 or CS3, and obviously as the distance from BTS increases, you go from CS4 to CS3, then to CS2 and then to CS1 as the distance increases. So this is the basic principle that how we are able to achieve higher data rates in the case of GPRS network. And when we talk about the GSM architecture, I have a training on the GSM architecture, pure GSM architecture. Uh, in order to basically incorporate GPRS into the GSM, here we, as I said earlier, that we are introducing the packet service in the existing GSM network. So these two nodes, first is the SGSN and then is the GGSN. SGSN stands for serving GPRS support node and GGSN stands for gateway GPRS support node. These are the two main nodes that handle the packet switch data, while MSE and gateway MSE that handle the circuit switch data, but SGSN and GGSN handles the packet switch data, and therefore it is connected to the internet or public data network, you can say that. So these are the two main nodes that are required in the GPRS network when we upgrade from GSM to GPRS.